I'm Jamie Kale Miller of Pandora Astrology here in Berkeley, California, and with me is...
Hey guys, it's Julia Mikas, also Pandora, and joining in from San Francisco.
And today we want to tell you about the solar eclipse in Gemini that's happening early this month. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And as you can see, this one is fairly complicated. An eclipse is an occasion when the sun and the moon are either conjunct or opposed. In this case, they're conjunct. That's what makes it a solar eclipse. And also they're placed near the nodes. In this case, they're placed near the north node with the south node over here opposite. And so this is a solar eclipse, and it's going to be an initiating or initializing eclipse because of the proximity of the north node, which is more future looking. This one's in Gemini, and it's accompanied by Mercury, which is retrograde in Gemini. We're having Mercury retrograde right now. And also it's opposite Juno in Sagittarius retrograde. And then we have more planets involved. Neptune here in Pisces, Pallas Athena, and then also Vesta. So this one is complicated. There's a lot to it. We're calling it communication, partnership, and received wisdom because of the many themes that are encompassed in this moon. Now, a solar eclipse generally results in like things happening that you can see, that anyone could see. You might say it has outer world implications, which is different from a lunar eclipse, which has more inner world implications. And all eclipses show you your shadow. You have to look at something that maybe you wouldn't ordinarily look at in the light of day, something that maybe you've been hiding from or running away from or is behind you and you don't want to look at. And so those are the sorts of things that come up during eclipses. This one, isn't it crazy, Julia? All the communication themes that are here.
Oh yeah, tons. All that Gemini we got going on.
Yeah, and Mercury in Gemini along with it, and then Mercury being retrograde, which means that this eclipse happens during a Mercury retrograde period when, you know, we're all pretty much pulled inward to redo or think more deeply about something or return to something that was unfinished before, most particularly in the realms of communication, like things left unsaid, communications left incomplete, things that were misheard or miscommunicated before. And then also it can affect systems, particularly in offices, and it can affect you in the realm of your organization. And that's because Mercury also rules Virgo. So you can find yourself digging around in your closets and really needing to reorganize your closets or your basement or your attic, or just take out a whole bunch of garbage, get rid of a whole bunch of things that maybe you don't need anymore that are just, you know, being cluttery and in the way. This particular one, though, seems like it's probably going to be more on the cerebral end because of that Gemini emphasis. And Julia, what are your thoughts about the involvement of Juno there in Sagittarius? It's something that we're making another video about this month, Juno in Sagittarius retrograde. But what do you think that is going to, you know, bring to this eclipse?
Oh, well, it's interesting because Juno has a lot to do with relationships, especially partnerships in your life, whether you have romantic partnerships, whether you have business partnerships. And the fact that she's opposed this noon, oppositions in of themselves are relational. So this really, really brings strong, strong relational themes into this eclipse chart. And, you know, I mean, with all that Mercury too, a lot of conversations can be had, especially within the dyads in your life, the people that you partner with.
Yeah, that could be like your spouse or your, you know, cohabitator. It could be just a boyfriend or girlfriend. It can also be a business partner. It can be a bestie, you know, anybody that you feel that sense of partnership with. And if you do partnership-oriented work, like you are legal counsel, you are a counselor or a therapist, you are a coach, you're an agent or an advocate, then also you may find that those relationships are impacted too, and that something happens which anyone can see, which shows you your shadow relative to some unfinished communications. We've got some other factors going on here. Most particularly, we have Pallas Athena. She's the goddess of wisdom and strategy. She's hanging out with Neptune, which implies spiritual factors and influences. So this is some of where I got the idea of received wisdom. And part of the receiving is also connected with Vesta here, which is the channel for the divine. She is that goddess who creates the temple, sacred spaces into which divine energy can be channeled. So this would seem to suggest that sitting down in a space that's dedicated for that purpose, possibly in meditation, could allow you to, receive some wisdom from unseen sources that might help you to strategize and figure out how to navigate this moon, how to navigate what's up in your relationship, how to navigate what's up in your communications. Julia, what are your thoughts about those pieces of it?
Yeah, I mean, they're both Neptune and Pallas are both square Mercury
Right.
too. And Mercury in Gemini is very, very rational, very good at expressing itself through words, and very good at understanding the details of things and logic, linear thought. Whereas Neptune in Pisces, again, it's spiritual thought, it's the irrational mind, which can be the creative mind, the intuitive mind, the symbolic mind, the archetypal mind. And then I actually really love to see that square from Pallas too, because she adds some concentrated focus to that Mercury as well, because Pallas, Pallas can be kind of focused. Yeah, no, I think that Mercury is still in retrograde. So, be open. This isn't a time for trying to sort of tie up all communications and put a nice little bow on top and
No.
just walk away from the conversation like we have it all settled and worked through and being too decisive, but keep things open-ended. Keep the conversation going about things that might have to do with writing, with thinking, within your relationships too, and within your irrational mind as well.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to that idea that it's not finished yet. It's a work in progress and proceeding in a way that's intuitive and open-ended and not really expecting definition. That sounds like really wise advice here.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's what we have for you today about this solar eclipse in Gemini coming up on June 10th. We'll probably be feeling it pretty intensely right in the few days surrounding it. And also, because this eclipse falls at 19 degrees of Gemini, if you have anything near that in your chart, within 5 degrees on either side of that, so from that says 0 and 10 degrees, so I'll just fix that. It's really more like 15 to 25 degrees. That's where that is the part of you that's going to feel this if it is being connected with directly by this eclipse degree, 19 degrees. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to share it widely and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology, and find your way over to our website, pandoraastrology.com, where you can find services with us, such as readings and classes and a monthly forecast page that's always up. And until next time, we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye-bye.